What is the most terrifying thing you've ever experienced while home alone? I was 22, living by myself in this tiny ground floor apartment. I just moved out after college and was still getting used to being completely alone. Friday night around 11, I was in the kitchen making brownies because I couldn't sleep when the doorbell rang. One soft buzz, then 3 quick ones, like a pattern. I froze with the mixing bowl in my hands. Who rings someone's doorbell at 11:14 p.m.? I crept to the front door and looked through the peephole. Nobody there. Just the empty hallway under those flickering lights our building never bothered to fix. I went back to my brownies, telling myself it was probably some drunk college kid hitting random buttons. But then it happened again. Same exact pattern. One soft buzz, 3 quick ones. My heart started racing. I grabbed my phone and called the building security line, but it went straight to voicemail like always. So I texted my upstairs neighbor Blake, asking if he'd heard anything weird. He texted back, "Nope, that's weird though. Don't open your door." 5 minutes later, I heard this scraping sound at my side window, like fingernails on glass or someone trying to pry it open from outside. I lived on the first floor, so anyone could reach it if they really wanted to. I grabbed the flashlight from my junk drawer and shined it through the blinds. Nothing out there except the parking lot and that weird security light that never worked right. But when I stepped back, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. The dust pattern on my window was smeared, like someone had been pressing their face against it or running their fingers across the glass. That's when I heard the voice. "Cassie, I know you're in there." It wasn't angry or threatening. It was calm, almost friendly, like someone I knew was just stopping by to chat, but I didn't recognize the voice at all, and that made it 10 times worse. I backed into the kitchen, nearly knocking over my brownies, and called 911. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely dial. The dispatcher answered on the second ring, and I whispered everything that was happening. She told me to stay on the line and that officers were on their way. "Don't hang up," she kept saying. "I'm right here with you." The voice outside my door came again. "I can hear you talking, Cassie. Who are you calling?" How did he know my name? I'd only lived there for 2 months. My name wasn't on any mailbox or door. I started thinking about everyone who knew where I lived. My parents, my boss, Blake upstairs, the pizza guy who delivered here last week. The scraping at the window started again, but harder this time. Like someone was really trying to get it open. I could hear the frame creaking. 10 minutes felt like hours, but finally I heard car doors slamming and radio chatter outside. The police had arrived. I heard them talking to someone, then footsteps walking around the building. When they knocked on my door, I made them show me their badges through the peephole before I'd open it. 2 officers, a man and a woman, both looking serious. "Ma'am, whoever was here is gone now," the male officer said, "but we found some things you should know about." They walked me outside and showed me 3 cigarette butts near my window, still warm. Someone had been standing there for a while, just watching. But the thing that really freaked me out was sitting on my doormat. My shoe, one of my running shoes that I'd left outside to dry after jogging in the rain that morning. It was sitting perfectly upright in the center of the mat, like someone had carefully placed it there, not kicked over or moved randomly, positioned exactly in the middle like some kind of message. The female officer explained that they'd checked the building's security footage. A man in dark clothes had been hanging around outside for over an hour, pressing my buzzer in that same pattern repeatedly. She said it was a known tactic criminals use to test if someone lives alone and what their schedule is like. "He was studying you," she said, "learning your habits." They took a report and told me to call immediately if anything else happened. After they left, I double-checked every lock, pushed my dresser in front of the window, and slept with a kitchen knife under my pillow. I bought 3 new deadbolts the next morning and installed a security camera by Tuesday. But every night for weeks, I'd hear that pattern in my head. 1 soft buzz, 3 quick ones. I'd check the peephole obsessively and shine my flashlight out the window. Within a month, I'd moved to a second-floor apartment across town with better lighting and security.